Hi, I'm Shy Rose. Welcome to my channel, and today we'll be making chia seed pudding. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what flavor you want your chia seed pudding to be, because chia seeds have no taste. So whatever you flavor it with is what it's going to taste like. And I didn't know this the very first time I made this. It was disgusting. I was just like, you know what? I don't think chia seed pudding is for me, because it has to taste good if I'm going to eat it. If it doesn't taste good, then I'm not even going to make it. I don't care how healthy it is. I'm not gonna make myself eat it. And so at first I was like, I can't do this. And then I had a friend on Facebook tell me, why don't you flavor it with your whey protein? And it was like, why the heck didn't I think of that? So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And so what you wanna do is you wanna get a whey protein that tastes good. The whey protein that I use, to me, all three flavors that they have, the MRE Lite, is amazing. They taste so good. This one is the banana nut bread, but they also have a blueberry cobbler and a Dutch apple pie. All three taste amazing. I've done this with this one and with blueberry cobbler. I haven't done it with apple pie yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna taste amazing. And so what you want to do is whatever you flavor this with, you have to like, because that's what it's going to taste like. And so I'm going to be using this one. And also the great thing about this is chia seed pudding is it's great. It's big in fiber and omega fatty acids. Now you're adding in protein. So you having, like, I usually eat this for breakfast, or it could be a very healthy snack. Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is mix your whey protein up. Now, I tried this before by just automatically putting it in a jar, trying to mix it in a jar. Did not work. It's gonna be clumpy. So what you want to do is get you a shaker bottle and mix in the shaker bottle first, and then transfer it to the jar. So that's what we're about to do now. Okay, so I use oat milk, the no sugar one. Add the oat milk to this, and now I always do 8 ounces. And it says the numbers are on here, so I'm gonna go to 8, which is 8 ounces. And I do 8 because the ratio for the chia seed pudding to liquid is 2 tablespoons per 4 ounces. And so I usually do 3 jars. I have the one that I already did, just so I can be prepared. But I usually do 3 jars, which gives me 6 servings. I eat half a jar at a time, half the serving at a time. So that gives me 6, so that I'll kind of like prep for the week. So that's how I measure that out. So after I put the 8 in there, you want to add your whey protein or whatever powder or whatever flavor you decided to flavor this with. But I'm just going to add 1 scoop. And I'm not going to close that because we'll have to do it again. But anyway, you want to twist this down. I think 1 scoop of this is 24 grams of protein. So half of that is what? Math time. 12. Yeah, so you're getting 12. Well, if you eat the whole jar at once, then you're getting 24 grams of protein. If you eat half, you're getting 12. So break for a snack, great to start off the day. Okay, so as I said before, the ratio for chia seeds to liquid, whatever liquid you decide to make or use, is 2 tablespoons per 4 ounces, or half a cup. And so since I made a cup, 8 ounces, I need to add 4 tablespoons. So I'm gonna take a measuring cup. This is a tablespoon measuring cup, well, measuring spoon. And I just do like this, and I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one mistake I made also during trial and error of making this so many times is I'll have all three here, and I'll add chia seeds to each one before I mix them together. Don't do that. When the chia seeds get wet, they start to clump together, and it gets hard for it to mix up. So I do one at a time now. I just shake it, mix it up like that, and then I set that aside. Now, if you don't add enough chia seeds, you'll know, because once this sits in the refrigerator and starts to thicken, it won't get thick. It'll still be really runny and soupy. All you have to do is just add more chia seeds and it'll thicken up. And then pop it in the refrigerator. So this is the one that I made yesterday, and now it's ready. Now online it says that this is supposed to take like an hour or two to get thick. Maybe I don't know, like for me it takes longer than that. Like I'll put this in the refrigerator like I did with the other two, and like every so many hours I'll go in the refrigerator and I'll shake it just to make sure that all the chia seeds are getting nice and wet and expanding to make the pudding. So for me, honestly, I've always just left it in there for 24 hours. Or at least like to the next day, and then it's thick to how I like it. So see how it's really thick compared to being really watery from before. So this is the consistency that I like. If you want it more runny or whatever, maybe take it out before, or don't add as many seeds, but this is how I prefer it. Now the next part of this is, you can eat it just like this if that's what you like, but I'm also a very textured person. If I don't like the texture of something, again, I'm not gonna eat it. And so one thing I also didn't like the very first time I made this is the texture was really, I didn't like it. My friends said they would compare it to like tapioca, but I've never had tapioca, so I can't compare to that. I just know I didn't really like it. So that's when I had the idea to add pecans, because I figured that would kind of like offset the texture, and that's exactly what it did. And also added another layer of flavor. I love pecans, so that was perfect for me. And so what I'm gonna do now is transfer some of this to the bowl, and this is how I prepare it to actually eat it. But like I said, if you can eat it just straight out. If you're fine with the texture, you can eat it straight out of here and be good with that. But I personally was not a fan. So you don't have to be pecans. It could be any type of other nut or fruit or any, whatever. If you don't like the texture, don't just give up on it. Add something else to make it like crunchy, and that'll just offset it perfectly, and then you'll like it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just going to pour it. And I try to do half. I don't know if I'm actually doing half because I don't measure, but that looks like that's good enough. And then I'm gonna put the other half back in the refrigerator. I just open the bag and I just shake it. Like I just shake it in there. And that's enough. And then also, so you can leave it like here. I've eaten it before just here, but if you want to add a little something to it. Now I know I said that I try to stay away from dairy, and I generally do. This is usually the only time that I add anything dairy, or I might have like cheese or something like if I make scrambled eggs, I'll add cheese, just because I do not like scrambled eggs without cheese. Like I can't do it. But that's the only time I consume dairy. I don't drink milk or anything like that. I don't eat yogurt. And so this is one of those times where I let myself indulge. And so it's just the Cool Whip Lite. I do get the light one, if that even makes a difference, I don't know. And you don't need much. So I just take one little scoop and I add that on top. And again, this just adds, like, you can definitely taste the difference of when you add this and when you don't. So I generally add just because I like how it tastes. And then you want to mix it all together. So you don't need a lot. If you're gonna add the Cool Whip, or Cool Whip, your family got love when you know that. Or if you're gonna use, what's the other one, Cool Whip, or the one in the can. I tried both. They taste the same to me. You don't need a lot, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to add a lot. And all right. And after that, it's done. You're done. This literally, once you prep all of this, it really takes 2 seconds. So if you're trying to have like a quick breakfast in the morning, it takes 2 seconds to add the pecans and the Cool Whip, or just the pecans, or if you have like some fruit or whatever you decide to add to it. You just pop it in or if you only make 4 ounces in a jar, just put the ingredients in the actual jar and eat it out of there. So it's like, it's really for a quick breakfast or for a snack. It doesn't take long. Once you've prepped everything, it doesn't take long at all. And just so you don't think that I don't actually like this, I'm gonna And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in because I need to put it into my MyFitnessPal, so you know exactly how many calories, carbs, sugar, and all that stuff this actually is. I'll put that in the description box below, so you'll have all the information on how you want if you want to make this, or if this fits into your diet or whatever you're trying to do right now. And that is how I make my chia seed pudding. You can make it your own, add whatever you like, but I like to keep it simple, because like I said, adding fruit and stuff is going to raise the sugar content. But you know, hey, if you're eating it first thing in the morning, that's perfectly fine. I wouldn't suggest eating this like late at night, like a nighttime snack, especially if you're gonna add fruit and all that stuff. But anyway, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you're gonna try it. If you're gonna try it, comment, let me know if you like it. What did you add? What did you change? What did you use to flavor it? Yeah, definitely let me know what you used to flavor it, because I'm always down to try something if it's gonna taste good. If it don't taste right, I'm very picky. So yeah, still I'm a picky eater, but still let me know. I might try it, but I'm gonna comment and let you know if it's nasty, or if I think it's nasty or not. And subscribe. I'm new, and I took a really long break, but I feel like I'm ready to come back. So subscribe, and thank you for watching.